Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we are reacting to a video from Whiplash. Whiplash is showing us Alveus Sanctuary. Here is what Whiplash is saying. We have learned about the Alveus Sanctuary and the amazing streamer Maya that have used her stream money to start an animal sanctuary. Non-profit donations and live streams kept the project going. This is their new members. The animals are amazing. Okay, let's check this out, guys. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and let's check out this video.
This is Evan, and he really likes bugs. He actually likes bugs so much that while he was studying for his entomology PhD in Arizona, he had 63 bugs of all.
Where's Hansi? Oh man, Hansi, are you in the chat? We need Hansi for this video. Should we wait for Hansi?
This is Evan, and he really likes bugs. He actually likes bugs so much that while he was studying for his entomology PhD in Arizona, he had 63 bugs of all shapes and sizes. So when he got his dream job in Florida, he packed up all of his little bug friends into a U-Haul and traversed 2,000 miles with them.
Now, why am I telling you about this guy who's obsessed with bugs?
Well, halfway through his cross-country journey, Evan made a pit stop at Alveus. And along with doing a really cool bug hunt stream at Alveus, he also gifted us our two newest educational ambassadors.
Number one, we have a Honduran curly-haired tarantula.
Dang.
We think that she's...
Let me tell you a story. I have seen a tarantula in real life. I was laying down. You guys know I grew up in Africa, right? And we lived near a few like bushy areas. And when I looked down, laying down on my sofa, there it was. It's just a scary sight. Dang.
a female, but Evan wants to be sure after
Very
her
hairy.
next molt. If this is a female, she can live like 20 plus years. Oh my gosh, there are...
I mean, generally it wouldn't be scary, but it had its horns up looking at me. And I was like, dude. And I think I was 12, 11 at the time.
A Honduran curly-haired tarantula. We think that she's a female, but Evan wants to be sure after her next molt. If this is a female, she can live like 20 plus years.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, there are people saying Kiwi as the name. That is so cute. Stop.
Kiwi.
Kiwi, because she looks like a little kiwi. I'm obsessed with her. New ambassador number 2. We have a Mexican red-rumped tarantula. Evan is more confident that this one is a female, which is really exciting for us because
I love
the
what she
males
does.
will live like 5 to 8 or so years, but the females will live more like 20. We're excited to have her around
Is anyone in the chat afraid of spiders or no?
for a long time. Thoughts on names? I'm seeing a lot of strawberries and I'm seeing a lot of like cherries. Somebody just said Eva because it comes from Evan. That's really cute. Wait, I love that. Evan has been really, really awesome. We're very lucky. We've learned a lot from him, and he was really, really generous donating both of these. When he was showing me the spiders, he was like, well, we have this one and we have this one, and I was like, because I like...
Can you imagine if she looks down and thinks it's a spider on her, you know, her like microphone?
love both of them so much, and I'm obsessed with both of them, and he's like, you can just take both.
At Alveus, we rescue animals from all across the country, and they all have their own reasons for why they can't be released into the wild.
What does
so
the
instead,
fox
we give them a
say?
home, and they help us teach people about their wild counterparts as educational ambassadors. And the same goes for Kiwi and Eva, because unfortunately, spiders have probably one of the worst reputations of the entire animal kingdom. In a study surveying over 800 college students at Western Michigan University, over 30% of them say that they had an irrational fear of spiders. But if spiders are so evil
lot of people
and
are
so
afraid of
scary,
spiders.
why are there so many people who dedicate their entire lives to researching and educating and keeping them? Well, that's because they don't deserve the harsh reputation that they get. Out of the 40,000 spider species
Thank you, Nami, for the coffee request. Thank you so much.
that humans have identified, only 30 of those species have been responsible for human deaths. That's less than 0.1%. In the United States, there are an average of 7 deaths per year from spiders, but the majority of these deaths are due to people neglecting the bite and not getting the help that they need. With modern medicine like anti-venom, most deaths and health concerns that come from spiders are often avoidable. And that's if you even get bit. Spiders don't want to bite you. They are afraid of you. They're just little guys, after all. In Texas, we have the brown recluse, and if you've lived here for any amount of time, you've definitely heard the fear-mongering stories about them. It usually goes something like,
Yeah, I heard Aunt Martha got one of her dang leg chopped off because one of them brown recluse bats.
But those cases are so
What?
incredibly rare. Most bites that come from a brown recluse, if cleaned often, usually result in just some red skin around the bites for a few days.
Oh, it's not
that's
that
all.
bad.
We're not saying that these edge cases don't matter. There's just a lot of evidence to believe that they don't happen as often as people say or as often as people are afraid of. There was even a YouTuber by the name of Jack's World of Wildlife that wanted to clear the name of the brown recluse, so he purposely got bit by one. And like I said before, these guys are super
he still
docile. He
alive?
had the spider on his arm for 5 whole minutes until the spider actually bit him.
Brown recluse. One of the most feared spiders in North America. It's probably gonna rot my whole arm off. I'm gonna die.
And if you
Dude,
want to watch
it's
the whole
crazy,
video, it'll
though.
be linked down below, but he was totally
Crazy.
fine by the end of it. Most of the edge cases for brown recluse bites involving limbs being amputated actually come from uncontrolled bacteria infections. All of this to say there is really no reason to be afraid of spiders. They are absolutely terrified of humans.
So
Our
you-
tarantulas, Eva and Kiwi, since
So does that mean you don't need to suck on the venom or whatever? Because these are venomous spiders, right? Or no?
they're heavy-bodied and have a weak exoskeleton, could most likely not even sustain a fall from a few feet. So even though you can totally
Really?
squish these fragile little guys, please don't. All spiders play a vital role in their ecosystem, both because they're natural pest control and they eat other bugs, and also because they're a really important food source for other animals that you guys probably do love, even if you don't love spiders. So if you love mammals and lizards and birds, you have to protect spiders too, because that's the food that they eat.
So now that you guys know the
What?
reason that we wanted spiders.
Wait, that took kind of a little bit of a dark turn. Like I know it's the wildlife, the chain of the food chain, right? But she basically said, don't squish the spiders, please, because they're gonna be devoured and eaten by other animals. So just let that happen. It was a funny way of saving a spider. Save the spider today so that she can be eaten tomorrow. I found it a little bit humorous.
As ambassadors, let's get to know our new little friends, Eva and Kiwi. Eva is a Mexican red rump tarantula. The Mexican red rump is native to the Yucatan Peninsula, so southern Mexico, Belize, and Guatemala.
But in 1996, dozens of red rumps were found in St. Lucie County, Florida. One of these male tarantulas was sent to Rick C. West, a tarantula expert from Royal British Columbia Museum, and he confirmed it to be a Mexican red rump. Now, almost 30 years later, they can be found all over southern Florida as a
Dang.
non-native species.
They're
But
growing.
how does a spider get from Guatemala all the way to Florida? Well, Rick also added that the Mexican red rumps have been commonly imported since the early 1970s because of the pet trade. Irresponsible owners will
Oh, the
often
pet
release their
trade.
pets into the wild when they become too much to handle. This is not
I thought they did it naturally because spiders can get into the wheels of a car, like just on top. I thought I feel like that's how a lot of insects get across the country, right? People who kind of like carry bugs unknowingly in their like cars and vehicles.
the first time that there have been animals brought from the pet trade that have ended up as an invasive species in a foreign ecosystem. This actually isn't even the first time this has happened in Florida. October 24th, 1979 was the first time a wild Burmese python was spotted in the Florida Everglades. In 2012, a study found that where the Burmese python is the most prevalent in the Everglades, there was a 99.3% decrease in the frequency of raccoon observations, decreases of 98.9% and 87.5% for opossum and bobcat observations in that area as well. The population of the Burmese python in Florida is now anywhere from 30,000 to 300,000. One method that we have
That's
employed
a
to
lot.
try to manage the populations of wild Burmese pythons is culling. In 2021, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission added the Burmese python to the prohibited species list, which made it legal to quote unquote humanely kill any Burmese python as you please. But on top of it being super inhumane, this has proved to barely affect the population of the Burmese python. Lucky for the Mexican red rump tarantula, they are not on the prohibited species yet in Florida, so people are not encouraged to go out and hunt and kill them like they are the Burmese python. Our other new ambassador, Kiwi, is a Honduran curly hair tarantula. This curly girly is native to the rainforest in Central
Curly-girly.
America. So both of our tarantulas are from the New World. So unlike their Old World counterparts, they are able to shoot hairs off of their back at you as a form of defense, which
Wow.
for most people is much less painful than a bee sting. Although they both have 8 eyes each, both of our tarantulas have pretty horrible vision, but instead they use the hairs that cover their body to help them find prey and traverse their surroundings. So the story
It's like spidey senses, I would say. Kind of like or whiskers. Better. So their hairs are like whiskers, right?
The story of how tarantulas got their name is a perfect encapsulation of how people wrongly view spiders. The name originates from the Italian town Taranto, where locals believed that if you were bit by this large spider that's local to the town, you would be infected with a disease called tarantism. The victim of the bite would soon start crying and skipping around. The cure? To dance for 24 hours straight or until you could no longer stand. And yes, people actually believed this. The original tarantula is not even what we consider to be a tarantula.
So some people get bit by spiders, they become Spider-Man. Some people get bit by spiders or tarantulas, they just go and become a like disco stew. What? What are you talking about? People actually dance the night away. That's such a happy thing to do when you get bit by a spider.
But nowadays, it was actually a wolf spider, and their bite is barely dangerous to humans and causes no hysteria at all. This just shows how humans have a long history of tarnishing the name of our eight-eyed friends. You are not born afraid of spiders. The fear develops when there are adults around you that are telling you that they're gross and scary, and when they scream at them, it's a learned fear. And that's the reason why we have our two new ambassadors, Eva and Kiwi, and also
that explains Australia, because I've seen so many kids like get a tarantula in the hand, like, you know, in their hands. They're not afraid because their parents don't teach them to be afraid.
So the rest of our invertebrate ambassadors, they are so important for our world, and they're around us all the time. So it's probably best if you guys get to know them and love them like we do at Alveus. We are already so...
This reminds me of Timon and Pumbaa, honestly. I don't know why Disney makes it look so delicious, but you guys remember Timon and Pumbaa?
So the rest of our invertebrate ambassadors, they are so important for our world, and they're around us all the time. So it's probably best if you guys get to know them and love them like we do at Alveus. We are already so in love with Eva and Kiwi at Alveus. They're showing us so much personality, and they're so cool, and they're exploring their new enclosures, and I'm really excited for you guys to get to know them alongside us. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. We have 24/7 live cams at Alveus Sanctuary for our animals. So if you want to watch the animals 24/7, you can do that anywhere. Twitch, YouTube, check us out.
Oh, YouTube
and
too?
we make ad revenue on those channels, so it's a really great way to support the sanctuary. Just have the cams up. It's very cozy. Would love to see you guys in chat. Thank you for watching. Let us know if you like videos like these in the comments. Thank you. Bye.
It's pretty nice. It's actually really cool. It's really cool to see because she has worked so hard for this, and it's nice to see when they have new animals, and she's still excited about it, right? She's still excited about the two new ambassadors. She's really excited about her, you know, what she's been doing, and she's been doing so well, and it's just amazing. It's because of you guys who supported her. That's pretty cool. That's really nice. Yeah, so I guess we don't need to fear spiders that much. I guess it's a learned fear. It's interesting. Yeah, because kind of like we feel, at least me, when a spider bites you, you're like, oh no, it's gonna get crazy and swollen and infected, but I guess just need to clean it. At least what she said. Interesting. Have your thoughts changed in terms of spiders? Are you less afraid of spiders? Let me know in the comments. That would be interesting to know. Thank you so much to Whiplash for requesting this video, and go check out Alveus or on Twitch or on YouTube. With that said, I'll see you guys on the next video. If you want to watch full movie reaction series or shows, go over to Buy Me Coffee. Link is in the pinned comments, and Patreon as well. Or click over here for more videos. See you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.